When making our preliminary for our sound, we used Final Cut Pro and researched the sound effects that were on there. Even though this was good because they were available to get, we didn't feel these were effective and looked quite corny. To improve this for our final film, we will be using sites like AudioNet so we can use a better soundtrack. So found for our shots in our preliminary that they were very boring, and this would make the audience feel bored whilst watching because we only used a 2-shot. This makes it very face forward and quite boring to watch. On the other hand, we did use close-up shots. This would allow us to see the reactions of the characters. Since the preliminary task, I feel I've improved as a filmmaker. However, the preliminary task helped me learn the importance of making sound attached to each clip, because most of our film was out of sync with the acting, which made it very distracting and looked very unprofessional. This highlighted that sound does take time to do properly. We will do this in our film by labelling the names of our sound and our shots so that we know which one matches which. This will allow us to be more organised and take less time. Also, making sure that the sound is at a particular level so it can be heard, because at the beginning of our clip, Sam could not be heard saying his first line, "You're gay now." This was important because sound needs to be heard. However, we don't want it to be too loud or too quiet because this may distress the viewer. We don't understand otherwise what's going on in the scene if we don't hear the first line. So this allowed me to remember that I needed to manage the peak audio. This means for sound and music, the level should be between -12 and -20. Even though sound was mostly negative, we were successful in the fact that we added sound effects, like the setting of a library net. This made me realise that the music can help set the mood and setting of the piece. The use of colour grading on Ben's face, although was a bright orange and didn't fit the type of scene, it showed that we could add colour to the clips and make our video either look warmer or duller. I did this by adding 3 corrections so that there was a layer of the colour. The use of adding titles at the beginning was important because it shows the beginning and introduces the film. Also, using editing, we created a black box slowly fading away. This made the screen wider and can highlight the beginning of the film. However, I struggled with cutting. For the first 15 seconds, we used dissolve and jump cuts to create a conversation so that it used continuity. However, we didn't realise that if we kept the camera on, it would film all the behind the scenes action, which we didn't realise when putting the film together. This made it look very unprofessional. This preliminary task allowed me to highlight the mistakes so that I don't use it in my film.